Making a key for a glass display case. The code on it was 519, but as anybody who runs codes knows, any number like that is going to be wildly vague and come up with a bunch of results, which it did. Some people have asked. I use Codes Online for my codes, and it's the best ever. It's like $60 a year. Has all the codes. So what I'm going to do is I went through my keys. It almost looks like a double-sided key cylinder, but it come to find out it's actually a single-sided. A Y11 will start to go in, but it gets really tight. And if we look at the top blade, we can see the top blade is right there, kind of at the top of that. So what I do with these, instead of impressioning them, in fact, you don't have to actually have a turning tool. You can turn the tail piece. So anyway, I'll pick it, whichever way it goes. Or the cam, I guess you should say. I'm putting pressure on the cam here to turn the plug. And it's a little wafer lock, so should just be a little bit of jiggling here to get it to turn. Just don't know which way to turn it. Let's try this way. That is not the right, it's definitely this way. So I'm pushing down on the cam. Just kind of scrubbing it. Interesting that it hadn't already turned. There it goes. All right, we're going to turn it halfway so the wafers are frozen in position. And we're going to look down the cylinder and sight read it. So just from me looking down it looks like we have a deep cut in number 1, a shallower cut in number 2. Then, so I'm angling it back and forth to be able to see behind that first wafer. Whenever you have a deep cut in the first wafer, it makes it hard to see the other ones. So deep, shallow, deep, and then we're going to compare that first deep to the front deep to match it up. So let's presume, say 3. So we're going to go say 313. Oh, and I unpicked it. Damn it. Okay, so 313. Oh, whoa. 313. The spacing, it's kind of hard to tell. It looks like we got 31313 or 32323. I'm gonna run over here and cut that. All right, so I cut instead, since it was so tight with the 1, I did 32323, 32323, and it goes in still a little bit tightly, but it doesn't turn. So I'm gonna go 4 2 4 2 4. And I also kind of laser cut it to take off those peaks. Now we are 42424. And it does not work. Oh, what's the fire department doing? Very, very tight. So what could be going on there would be okay, so I started over because this one ended up going too deep, and I think it's tight because of the side. If I could get the key out. Oh, come on. Okay, so what we've ended up with here is 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, and took it over here to my holder thingamajigger. Holder thingamajigger. Put the lock in it. Like that way? Yeah, that way. And used it to hold it still, which that's what that's for. These are car, the center is a cam lock. This is a Kedex deal. So anyway, we turn that. Toyota Datsun Ford Chrysler cam. Our impressioning marks. You can see the first cut needs to go deeper. And that's the only mark we're getting, but look how forward that cut is. It's marking it really far forward. So before I go way deeper, I'm just going to move that over a bit. And that is a spacing issue. I'm using the X32 card because it's kind of a generic card. So I'm going to go forward of the one just a bit and take it down to about 3.5 to see what it does. Okay, and our third position also needs to go a little bit deeper. We'll say 3.5 there. And basically this is just impressioning by machine, or decoding and impressioning by machine. Oh, boom, there we go. A little gritty, but when you turn it, it should give us the mark to tell us what's going on. Looks like 3. Can go all the way down to 4 cut. And how to determine where it's rubbing is pretty easy to do with Le Sharpie. I'm going to coat it. It's probably the bottom or the side, so we're just going to coat it with Sharpie to see what rubs off. Make sure and coat it all. I don't think it's the grooves, but it may be. This side. Not for you, it's not. And right there. So, presumably, we could take that down a little bit. And take that down a little bit. And it should go in a little bit easier. So we're gonna do 10 Y11s. That's it. Okay, scratch that 10 Y11s. The RO3 works fairly well. Not quite as tight. So we're gonna go with the RO3 because it's less tight. All right. And that's how we do it, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.